Whether your top fears are darkness, claustrophobia, evil monsters, or arachnophobia, Tunnels will force you to face all of them. This game drops you into a dark world of caves that you have to crawl through, and is so immersive with the movement that I felt terrified I was going to get stuck in some of the tunnels as I was moving through. Add that you hear creepy scratching around you in the darkness and things you need to dodge. This game can be truly terrifying as it plays on a lot of the most common phobias. If it's too scary alone, they have played around with multiplayer updates for you to check out, and nearly 100 people agreeing that this is a 4.5-star game. People saying it's an amazing story, they can't wait to see the full release. People saying they love it right now that it's $0, and the way that the game plays and looks are both really good. The developer responding though, saying that it should be coming out around October 24 with a full release, so this might be your last chance to get in and try this game free. If you're a fan of the Dead by Daylight series, Make It to Midnight is a mini game inside of the free game Rec Room that is basically their take on Dead by Daylight. You and your friends go up against the clown Bonky, and Bonky chases down up to 4 survivors who are trying to power up the 3 generators and get out alive. If you know Dead by Daylight, this sounds extremely familiar. But the game uses Rec Room's fluid engine and movement so that you can get in and just have fun with your friends and laugh your way through this, or you can take it seriously and really try and escape Bonky before he bonks you out. If you have a phobia of dolls like I do, Crawl Space might be a little much for you. A game in the horror genre where you take an odd job and have to survive so many nights of doing it. You have to try and get through the crawl spaces and the nooks and crannies of this home and collect and return each missing doll over 5 nights. The game warns you right in the description, it does include jump scares, but with that, over 500 people have given this thing a 4.5-star rating. People saying it's the scariest game they've played all year, scariest game they've ever played due to the claustrophobia and the darkness. A lot of the lower reviews actually saying the game is too scary. People couldn't play this game because of the jump scares, or some people saying they'd play it if there was multiplayer. As we know, that often makes these games less scary. Crawl Space is definitely one to check out, and if you like it, there's actually another one. If Crawl Space 1 wasn't scary enough, you can go into Crawl Space 2. This time you need to fix a ventilation system in a house. You have 5 nights to solve all the puzzles and fix all the fans, using the game's unique VR crawling to get through it. Less popular and known, over 100 people giving this thing a 4.4 rating. People saying they need to have Crawl Space 3 now. People saying it's too scary to even get through the first night. But people complaining that they feel like the crawling is more like gorilla tag movement in the second one. People sad that they can't kiss the monster, and people reporting some glitches and bugs with the actual crawling. Try out 1, and if you can't get enough, maybe come back for number 2. No Hope the Escape drops you into a creepy escape room style game with an unsettling backstory that you slowly uncover as you learn about the New Hope orphanage that you grew up in. Surprisingly immersive gameplay for a relatively unknown game. Only 12 people have given this thing a 4.3-star rating, saying they just want more content. It's really amazing. People saying the spookiness factor is just really dialed in, and nearly all the written reviews it has are praising this game. A small indie title that people don't really know about, but something that might be worth checking out if you have a little extra time. NoClip VR is not only one of the very few games on the Quest store that is multiplayer horror and that you can get in to check out for free, but also one of the very few that is gorilla based. NoClip VR is basically a backroom simulator where you can get in with your friends, you're running from entities, navigating the endless back rooms while trying to make it through different puzzles, all escaping with your life. With nearly 5,000 ratings, this has above a 4.5-star rating. People saying the game is so fun, they love all the game modes it comes with. People talking about how terrifying the levels are, how terrifying the emptiness is, but lower reviews citing how unfortunately you do only get the first 3 levels, and if you want to unlock the rest you have to buy the supporter pack, although many reviews even saying they bought the supporter pack and are happy they did. Whether you're someone who loves the Backrooms or you really just want to get in and try some multiplayer horror games with your friends, NoClip VR is definitely one on the list to check out. If you want even more Backrooms, experience the original Ducks Backrooms VR. It touts itself as a wacky version of the Backrooms, where the developer even says they used Gorilla Tag locomotion because they were too lazy to write their own locomotion. This is a game that's been out for quite a long time now and has nearly 500 ratings, giving it a 4.2. People saying that they liked the game, but they came back for multiplayer later, it still wasn't there. Multiple people asking for multiplayer on a game with its development is probably long beyond stopped. People saying in the lower reviews, even J-Man Curly made a video trying out the multiplayer mode, said it was supposed to be coming years ago. So if you're looking for some solo Backrooms, this one could be here for you. But it sounds like multiplayer is in the closet somewhere with Half-Life 3. If you've been hoping to play Slenderman in VR, you may have to settle for Cat. Puts you in a creepy forest environment with only a flashlight to help you see ahead of you, but you have to get through the forest, find your 6 items, and then banish the cat back into the box. And like most games in this genre, the more of the items you find, the faster the cat gets. Nearly 150 people giving this thing a 4.6 star rating. People are saying it's so good and creepy. People saying very creepy things about the cat. People saying the game is too scary. And literally every written 1-star review is just saying that the game is too scary. Let me know in the comments if you found this one too scary to even try. Lab Monkey is probably one of the most popular and biggest games we'll talk about today. Lab Monkey has barely been out a month. You're a monkey trapped in a horror facility trying to escape, and in just a month's time has over 3,200 ratings, giving this thing a 4.8 star rating. People saying the game is great, they love it, it's really thrilling, but people complaining about the pay-to-play model the game uses, people complaining that mods and updates are breaking the game, and people complaining that you could mod it for free before and now you have to pay. If you're into horror and free games, and especially monkey-based ones, you probably already know about this game, so let people know in the comments what you think. Is it still worth trying at this point? If you're not someone who does well with being alone in a house on a dark night with some creep peering in the windows, this game is probably not for you. The obsessive shadow puts you in a home with just a flashlight trying to move through the home and seeing a creepy entity keep showing up outside the windows to watch you. With them still adding extra updates to the game even as recently as this month, not a lot of people know about this game, just 40 ratings giving it a 4.5 star. People saying it is really scary, the graphics are good, they just want multiplayer mode. People saying they want to see a full release because it's so good, and the only low written reviews it has citing still some bugs, but when I got into this one and wandered around, it was extremely tense and really creepy. I have gotten more than a few comments mentioning Big Scary and how we need to check this out for our free games lists. Big Scary is a newer indie horror virtual reality experience, obviously inspired by games like Gorilla Tag. You and your friends are going to have to learn to navigate quickly through an underground world running from monsters, and navigating the intense environment also as quickly if you want to escape. Over 6,000 ratings giving this about a 4.6 rating. People saying that the game is incredibly fun, it's really funny, that they love the puzzles, the jump scares, and people are genuinely shocked at how good the game is when you're in it. Although lower reviews on the game talking about getting banned, whether it was justified or not, and people saying that this game was clearly something made for a younger audience, and that the oldest person they've seen was probably around 12. Like many multiplayer free games, Big Scary could be really fun if you have a group of friends you already get in and like to play games with, or if you're someone who really likes guerrilla-based games, it's something to check out. As you may have realized by now, unfortunately, too many of the free multiplayer horror games that you can find in the Quest store are gorilla-based, but Scary Baboon is another one with a lot of ratings, nearly 5,000, giving it just above a 4-star rating. This is still an early and experimental horror game that has you using an all too familiar Gorilla Tag locomotion, running from different types of monsters and entities, and with decently mixed reviews, 68% of those are 5 stars and 12% are 1 star. People saying it's a great game with your friends, people saying they really have fun with it, but others citing glitches around the cosmetics and things you purchase not being able to be used. And although this does have above a 4-star rating, any sort of monkey or gorilla based games do get a lot of spammy 5-star reviews full of just emojis, so keep that in mind if you do decide to check this one out. Monkey Do wouldn't normally make the list of a creepy horror game, but they've actually added a Halloween update, Zongo's Revenge. You can take an elevator deep into the old ruby mines and try and survive the wrath of Zongo and save the souls in this new horror mode. Although Monkey Do, the game itself, is free to play, this is an $8 add-on if you want to, so if you're someone who already loves Monkey Do, this might be worth it for you. Or if you're someone who just wants to try the free version of the game, you can check it out. And with that, that's a bunch of the free horror games that you can check out this Halloween season. What else is out there? There's tons more. I'll leave lists up here of some of the other free horror games we've covered in the past for you to check out. But thank you for being here with me once again, and I'll see you in another reality.